So that was a fun away day. Franchise 1, Chelsea 5. Okay, MK Dons 1, Chelsea 5. But definitely a fun away day to be at. Eventually got home from it. And yeah, it was a fun day. You know, there were points in it, about a 5-minute spell in that first half where I thought flashbacks of Bradford all over again. But kind of analysing the game. Yes, I will be making a separate video for the news about Terry. Don't worry. I kind of want to make that a separate thing because I think it deserves to be a separate video. Kind of talking about this game in kind of the context of what it was. Going into it, if you haven't seen my team selector beforehand, I kind of predicted a few things. Was quite surprised with the team. I mean, it's quite clear Gus is taking this competition very seriously, and he needs to, because it's our only chance of real silverware this season, in my opinion. The most realistic chance we have of winning silverware. Of course, we've got City in the next round. But, you know, I think he's taking this competition very seriously, which I think is something that's very commendable. He's putting out teams that sure have slight additions to them, slight rotation, but still keeping the core of a very strong team, which I think helps you against teams where maybe you could slip. You know, I think that's the big thing. Is a lot of times, you know, when you see these giant shocks, they're always against big teams that have changed their team so much, teams that have never played with each other before. And luckily, we do have a manager in Gus Hiddink who does understand the FA Cup, wants to win it again. And, you know, I think it's a positive thing for him and the fan base and for the squad. I think we started off the game really well, very open, you know. I thought Hazard looked lively, Oscar looked lively, Costa. We missed so many chances. The amount of chances we had in that first half was ridiculous. But eventually, we put one away, a stray ball. Costa runs free, seems to take forever, and eventually cuts it back for Oscar, who puts the ball in the back of the net. And, you know, that's 1-0, and you're thinking now, yeah, we're probably going to stroll this. But then for about the next kind of 5 to 6 minutes, we just stood off MK Dons. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I was thinking this during the game. You know, you see our players backing off, you know, JT and Cahill. Both players who don't have a lot of pace. You know, pace is something that's not, what was the term I was going to use? You know, pace doesn't discriminate in football. Pace can hurt you. And MK Dons did have some pacey players. You know, I'm not saying that JT has never stopped a pacey player before. But at the same time, you know, you've got to be smarter within protecting the lack of pace you have at the back. And, you know, it seems that either one of the two things, our midfield didn't know what they were doing, or they just thought, hey, it's MK Dons, let's just stand off them. And, you know, it cost us a goal. You know, eventually, us not clearing the ball, players not thinking before passing, you know, not being smart with the ball, and eventually MK Dons take a shot, gets a wicked deflection, I can't remember off who, but it eventually goes in the back of the net, 1-1, their crowd lifts, not that much to be honest, but at the same time it was frustrating, and then for that next kind of 2 minutes, you know, once again, we were back on attack, and, you know, we were consistently cutting MK Dons open. Hazard had a chance, apparently, which hit the post, as I say, as I'm doing this review, guys. I haven't seen the highlights, but eventually, we got in front again. Brilliant finish from Oscar, and then Oscar made it 3-1 with an even better finish. You know, a mate of mine who I was sitting with said that, you know, Oscar doesn't score a lot of goals, where he scored a first half hat-trick. So I guess that kind of worked in his favour. Definitely played very well in that first half, was definitely Chelsea's best player. Then coming out to the second half, Chelsea just strolled it for the next 45 minutes. MK Dons couldn't do nothing. We were just slowly passing the ball around. Eventually, Hazard got a penalty, which he converted for his first goal of the season. I did say beforehand I wanted to see him start and get a goal. That hopefully will give him confidence. And the fact that he got taken off by Gus Hiddink and Betrand and William came on kind of indicates to me that he probably will start against Watford. Bertrand Traore came on for Costa, who didn't have a bad game, just didn't really, I don't know, didn't have a lot to do in the game, but came on, looked lively, and scored a goal from an end and has an assist. Also, I found out that LOFTUS-CHEEK assisted one of the goals, which is good as well. I've seen some criticism for LOFTUS-CHEEK. I don't understand it. It's like, you know, he's still very young. You've got to give these players time there. Some days they are like a Traore today and LOFTUS-CHEEK against Scunthorpe. Some days they are going to come off the bench and score a goal, but they're not going to score every game. And I thought Loftus-Cheek, his first full 90 minutes for Chelsea, I thought coped well. I don't think he looked exhausted by the end of the game. He was doing the smart things right. Sure, I think in the first half, I think our midfield didn't know what they were doing. I don't think Matic had the best game in that first half. I think a load of our midfield were kind of confused. And I think eventually once we sorted that out, I think really I thought the game went on well. And I thought Loftus-Cheek became a player who definitely you can see being a Chelsea regular for years to come. He's definitely one of those players we need, a box-to-box midfielder. You know, overall, the 5-1, I don't think flatters us. It does feel a little bit weird. It was 5-1, but when you look back at the stats, when you think about the game in context, we dominated it. And that's the way you want to see Chelsea do it. Go out there, I predicted 3-1, 2 goals short, 5-1. Yeah, we come out the game very positive, and yeah, through to the next round, which unfortunately is against Manchester City at home. But you never know, considering the way Gus has been taking this competition, and considering the way we played against Arsenal, if we have that same mentality against City at home, I think we've got a decent chance. You know, I think City will still play a bit of youth. You know, Iheanacho, I think his name, if I pronounce that right, has scored a lot of goals for them. So I do think they'll make some rotations, especially if they're taking the Champions League very seriously and the Premier League very seriously. So hopefully maybe we could get past that, a game at home against City. And yeah, just a short thing on MK Dons. You know, I thought the stadium was very nice, you know, being there for the first time. And it's always nice to go to lower league grounds. I've always wanted to go to an away day in the FA Cup, away to a lower league side. Eventually did it. And yeah, it just felt like for me, I mean, I don't want to blame MK Dons fans and MK Dons, but it's like, you know, that club, I mean, that club's been in existence for 9 years. And, you know, you just feel that's a brilliant stadium there. And the way they built it, it's one of the nicest stadiums I've ever been to. But it's just like, it's a bit of a shame that you had to rip up another club to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching my review of MK Dons 1, Chelsea 5. Follow me on Twitter at SonOfChelsea. You can also check out my Facebook page for this channel, the channel Facebook page, which I set up recently. And, you know, I've been very active on that. So, you know, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping it a like, going and checking it out, that'd be a really cool link as well to other social media links. Thank you guys so much for your support. We're nearly on, I think, 1.6k subs for this channel. So getting closer to another landmark in 2k, which would just be amazing. You guys are absolutely brilliant. The comments you leave, the debates we have in the comments, really respectful. And yeah, I just love the support you guys are giving to this channel. And I really want it to stay like that. I want this to be a channel where people can come on no matter what fan you are, no matter where your background is. If you want to have an intelligent football discussion, I'm happy enough to do that, you know. So thank you guys, and I'll see you again. Hello there guys, what's up? Son of Chelsea back here again for another video, and today I'm here to give you my top 3 Premier League players. Now this video was inspired by the Ball Street Social Club. They did basically a video talking about their top 3 players. And the reason I've done this is also Jack Reed from Talk Norwich, a channel that I love watching, so go and check his channel out as well, did it. So I thought, why not come in here and give you my top 3? And also, the added bonus for you guys is you can have a chance to win a Chelsea shirt, basically, or any Premier League shirt, basically. All you have to do